to top, Attorney Agnes Moranan. Alam niyo ho ba, Mr. Consunhi, na itong abogado niyo na memeke, and yet, andito pa rin siya, pinapayagan niyo siya? I was expecting that he will no longer be here after na malaman ninyo na gumagawa siya ng hindi tama, na nakakasira po sa imahe ninyong company. Kaya pagdating ko rito, nagulat ako, andito pa rin siya. Kasi if I were you in your situation at meron ako isang staff na gumawa ng kalokohan, sisibakin ko na. Kaya nga sabi ko, gagawa sana ko na napakagandang statement na pupurihin ka. At yung nakikita ko ngayon, yung mga narinig ko, binabawi ko na yung mga gandang impression ko towards you personally. I'm sorry, Mr. Consunhi. Go ahead, Attorney.
Before that, Senator Raffy,
Mr. Chair.
I have received notice that the former counsel of Mr. Lilio Ribueno has already withdrawn from the case, and I think they have already a new counsel that will assist Mr. Lilio Ribueno in the name of Attorney Maranan. Who else? Only you, no? Attorney Maranan?
Yes, sir. My partners are here as well, Your
Alright.
Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, sir, at Senators, thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak. Sir, I'd like to comment first, if I may, on the statement of Attorney Rebueno that they filed a second MR on the ground that this is a new decision. So if that's going to be the argument, then you can file MRs ad infinitum because obviously the decision is always new. But it was a decision on an MR, and the Supreme Court, that is a well-settled rule that you cannot file a second MR. You can try, which is what obviously they did. But the trying is a dilatory tactic because you know very well that you cannot file a second MR. Sir, I think, however, what the MCI failed to mention is that there is not one case, but there are two Supreme Court cases. One which was resolved by the third division of the Supreme Court as early as 2022, and that has already become final, sir. So both in this decision of November, which is before, I believe, the first division, and the third division, the resolution in these two separate cases is the same, that DMCI does not have any rights to the property, and that, sir, the resolution which is being enforced by the Supreme Court is the decision of the labor arbiter, which says the title of DMCI, which they obtained unlawfully, at least that's the ruling, should be cancelled. So, sir, yung argument, sir, that nagsettle naman kami, and even that is disputable because, sir, the ruling, there is nothing in any document which says the shares are divisible, where each of the six has 1/6 share. All of the six own all of the entire property. That is the current state. So, sir, if one of them does not settle, that kills the settlement, and that is a fact. Mr. Rebueno did not settle. So, besides, sir, yung settlement nila noong October, at the time they supposedly, that is what the DMCI is saying, at the time they settled in, I believe, September and October of 2023, there were no rights to transfer anyway, because the workers here had already transferred their rights to the first buyer. So if they had already transferred their rights as early as February 2023, then by the time they executed a compromise agreement, two compromise agreements with 5 of the workers, there was nothing for the workers to transfer. It had been transferred. So that's that is with respect to the compromise agreement, sir. So, ang tingin po namin, and may we also say, sir, if I may, that the fact that DMCI, in their compromise agreements, the two compromise agreements, specified that they were going to settle with the first buyer. They have a specific amount which they said they would pay to the first buyer. Is an admission They know that there was a first sale here already. Kaya nga nila gustong bayaran kasi nagkaroon na ng first sale. So sir, between the law is very clear, no? There can be no double sale here. And the compromise agreement effectively is a double sale. Worse, it was a compromise agreement, as your Honor said, which was executed at the time na may kaso pa. So, we totally agree, sir, that it was very presumptuous, no, for them to execute this when they knew very well that may kaso, no, may kaso.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Senator Raffy.
Attorney Agnes Maranan, sabi niyo kanina, there's no such thing as second MR. Okay. So, kung pag-uusapan natin itong decision ng Supreme Court, which is final executory, dapat mai-cancel na yung title na hawak ng DMCI, na yung DMCI nagmamatigas. So, nandito ba yung LRA? Yung RD? Are you the regional director? So therefore, with this decision from the Supreme Court, i-cancel nyo na yung title. Can you do that? Or would you like us to call the Supreme Court and oblige you to do it?
Sir, with due
Compel you
respect,
to do
Your Honor, we are waiting for the writ of execution for it to be cancelled, Your Honor. But we will comply with the order of the Supreme Court. We just need the writ of execution to cancel the existing title, sir.
Attorney Maranan, sabi mo final? Because
Yes, sir.
there's no
And by the
such
way,
thing as
there are
second.
two. There are two decisions. As I said, the first one, which was final as early as 22, said exactly the same thing.
Final.
Yes, sir. That one, undisputably.
Okay.
That is final. That is executory. And sir, if I may, the decision of the Supreme Court in both cases is already executory. I believe there's nothing more to wait for. The Supreme Court said, implement
Okay.
the arbiter's decision.
Do you have a copy of the decision, Attorney Maranan? That it says that it is already final and executory?
Meron po. Apologies.
What?
Personally, I don't have it. But
I have this,
that is the November, sir. Meron po kayo.
yes, November. Do you have the latest order of the Supreme Court?
On the first case, sir, my apologies, sir, I did not bring a copy. But
Is
on
this
the
not
first
the latest decision by the Supreme Court?
that is the latest, sir, on the second case.
All right.
But on the first case,
It
it
says
is
it's
final.
final.
And I
Alright.
think even
Hold on.
attorney...
What about the second case?
On the second case, sir, that is the latest resolution. And it is our position, sir, that a second MR, if it was filed, is a dilatory tactic because there is a clear rule.
Can you provide us a copy of the first the decision on the first case, Attorney Maranan?
Yes, sir.
And please read the dispositive portion.
Yung sa third division. Ito yung... Ito yung decision.
You have it, Attorney Maranan?
Yes, Your Honor. I am holding the decision of the instant petition filed by DMCI is denied. The decision dated June 5, 2015 and the resolution dated December 15, 2015 of the Court of Appeals affirming the April 3, 2013 resolution and the September 26, 2013 order of the LRA in consulta number 5208 are affirmed. For reference, sir, the decision and the last sentence of this decision says, the NLRC's order dated January 4, 2011, and the entry of judgment in that case dated July 19, 2011 are registrable. Meaning, sir, if they are registrable, they can now be implemented. And as I mentioned earlier, sir, that January 4, 2011 decision of the labor arbiter was very clear. It said the title which DMCI secured should be cancelled.
Right. Okay, I also have a copy now of the decision of the Supreme Court. Senator Raffy, you still want to continue?
Babalik lang ako doon sa aking katanungan kay Attorney Agnes Maranan. Kasi nasabi nga niya na meron ng final and executory decision sa Supreme Court doon sa isang kaso.
Yes, sir.
And then you cannot file a second MR to another MR.
Yes, sir.
MR. At nagpupumilit pa rin talaga itong DMCI. Meron na akong briefly na magkikwento, Mr. Chair. Sa programa ko po sa Wanted sa radyo for the past 20 years, ang dami ko na pong natatanggap na reklamo sa mga malilit nating manggagawa na sila ay inapi ng kanilang mga amo. So they went to NLRC. After so many years of waiting, na panalunan nila yung kaso, and then pupuntahan yung company. It's either nagsara na o daily kaya nalipat yung pangalan sa ibang may-ari. Or inilalaban sa korte, which ito nangyari ngayon. Patagalan na lang, pati bayan. Hindi ko na mabilang yung mga lumapit sa akin na nang kamatay na, pati pa yung kanilang mga anak, patay na. Inabutan ng 15, 20, 30 years pa. Hindi pa na-resolve yung kaso. Dahil nga, yung kumpanya, maraming resources, maraming pera, pwedeng magtiis, patagalan. Paano yung mga magagawa natin? Yung iba, pupunta lang abroad. Kaysa mag-antay, mag-OFW na lang, ligtas na yung company Mandarambong. Yung iba, uwi na lang probinsya, kaysa lang pabalik-balik, sa pamasahe. Nagsasawa. And this is what's happening right now. It's sa DMCI. Meron na desisyon yung Korte Suprema at lalabanan pa rin yung desisyon na yun. Kaya nga, sabi ko kanina, Mr. Chair, meron na palang decision yung Supreme Court, sinang-ayunan yung sinabi ng NLRC from the beginning na i-cancel yung title and the Supreme Court did agree. Tama, Attorney Maranan?
Yes. Yes,
Based
sir.
on that their decision here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So therefore, kayo po, dyan sa LRA, Register of Deeds, kayo, dapat gumawa kayo ng aksyon. Maliban na lang kung kayo po'y nabayaran. Go ahead po, sir.